Hey guys, welcome back. How are you? I hope you are good and doing well. So, in the last lecture, we discussed the first task of the assignment number 4, which was aid sign in forms for employer and job seeker sign in and sign out links. Okay. However, I did not implement the task in the lecture, but I showed you like how I did that, and I give you the commit reference in the lecture, and I also show you the wiki that keeps the steps of doing that. Okay, now in this lecture we will be discussing the second task of assignment number 4, okay, which is to aid or to allow job seekers to mark the jobs as a favorite. Okay, for example, here you can see that right now if we go to the job listing and if we go to the jobs portal, okay, so you can see that we have two buttons, either to apply on this job or to view this job. Okay, then both the buttons are functioning correct. Okay, so what we can do here to complete this feature, or what this feature demands, that add feature for job seekers to mark the job as favorite. Okay, so what we need to do, that we need to allow users to add some button on this job index, like save job or favorite this job or mark this job as favorite. Okay, and we can if user go on to the view job, then we can also display a button to save job. Okay, and when user save job, user can go to this job, or user can come to this job in future, or we can display all the saved jobs for the user, or we can create a section where a job seeker or a public user can see all of his saved jobs, okay, or which he has marked as favorite. Okay, so we need to do some work on it. Okay, but before working this task, or before start working on this task, we need to analyze the approach for this task. Okay, so the scenario is that a user can mark various jobs as the favorite jobs, and at the same time a single job can be marked as favorite job by multiple users. Okay, I mean, like for example, if you are a user and you love this job, or you want to save this job or mark as favorite for yourself, okay, then there might be other users as well who can uh, mark this job as a favorite as well. Okay, so you can say that many users can mark a single job as favorite, and at the same time a job can be marked by several users. Okay, so we can clearly see a many to many relationship between jobs and the user, or I mean job seeker and the users. Okay, so we need to analyze that how we will do that, because rails provide two ways to achieve the many to many relationship between two models. Okay, one is has and belongs to many, and the other is has many through, and we need to select the best suitable way or best suitable approach for our scenario or for our task. Okay, now let me ask you that what you will choose here, whether you will choose has and belongs to many or has many throw. Okay, so the implementation for both the association is simple and straightforward, but selection of anyone is not as simple as it seems. Okay, you need a proper reason for choosing one of the has and belongs to many or has many throw. Okay, so to choose any one of these association, you must know both the association very well in depth. Okay, now let's talk about the has and belongs to many association first, and then we will see if this is a best fit for our requirement or not. Okay, so you need to know that what a has and belongs to many association is. So a has and belongs to many association creates a direct many to many connection with another model with no intervening model. Okay, I mean, if there is a model user and if there is a model job, you can simply invoke user has and belongs to many jobs, and job has and belongs to many user. Okay, and then you have to create a joint table for it in the database. Okay, but the disadvantage with this model is that if you want to create callbacks or validations or any additional attributes for the joint table, you can't do that. Okay, why? Because it's map a direct association between both the models using the joint table. Okay, so it will not provide you the support for the callbacks or validation or the custom attributes on the joint table. Okay, so in our case, this has and belongs to many association is not fit. Why? Because we need some additional attributes and the callbacks where it's to validate the saved jobs of the user. Okay, and we need it additional attributes. Why? Because let's say today you saved this job as favorite. Okay, but later in the future you want to remove this job as a favorite. Okay, so there could be two ways. Either you can keep the data by adding an attribute that when you unsaved this job or when you remove this from favorite, or you can simply remove the record from the database when you unfavorite this job or when you mark this job as unfavorite. Okay, or remove from your favorite job list. Okay, but I will not go for removing the records from the database permanently because it could be needed in future. Okay, so what we will do, that we will add an additional attribute in the third model or the intermediate model, that when user removed this job from the favorite list. Okay, so it's clear that we do not need the has and belongs to many association here. Instead we need has many through association. Okay, and it allows you to implement many to many association using an intermediate model, and you can avail the facility of callbacks, validations, and additional attribute. Okay, and for our requirement for this task we need has many through association, because I already explained that the reason, because if a user marked a job as a favorite job for now, there are chances that in future he can remove such jobs from his favorite list. Okay, so we need to store the information that when user removed that job from the favorite. Okay, and we also need some validation here. Okay, and that validation to validate that a user cannot add a job to his favorite list more than once. Okay, for example, if you are trying to add this job as a favorite job in your uh, for your preference, then you should do it only once. Okay, and we also need this validation. If you do not have this job in your favorite list, then you cannot unfavorite it, or you cannot unsave that job as well. Okay, so these are the reasons. That's why we need has many through association for our case. Okay, so let me go to the task again, and let's go to the task. So here you can see that allow job seekers to mark the job as favorite so that they can see their favorite job as saved jobs. Okay, so we will create a separate dashboard for this task as well. Okay, and one more thing, that here we will not directly name the association as job belongs to user or job has many users. Here we will implement job has many job seekers, and then we will refer the class name as user. Okay, so here we will do something like has many through association. Okay, so we will name our association as let's say user has many jobs through user saved jobs, and user has many user saved jobs. Okay, and in the job model what we will do, that user job has many user saved jobs, and job has many jobs has many users through user saved jobs. Okay, so we will do it something like that. Okay, but that's all about the theoretical explanation of the task for this lecture. Okay, and we will implement this task practically in next lecture. Okay, but to be sure that whenever you implement such kind of task, first you need to analyze that what you exactly want to achieve. Okay, so we want to achieve the feature that user can mark the job as favorite, but then you need to think that how you should achieve or how you will achieve this functionality. So you need to go in the technical depth of the task. Okay, and what the technical depth of the task demands here, that you must have idea about the association and many to many relationship. Okay, so that if you have idea about many to many relationship and idea about the association, then you can implement this task. Okay, and if you do not have idea about the many to many relationship, then just go to the rails guide, and there you can follow the association, or you can learn about the association, or you can also see the lectures related to the association on this channel as well. Okay, I will share the link in the description, so go through that and first learn about the association, and then we will start on this task. Okay, so that's all for this lecture. I hope you like that, and now in the next lecture we will do practical implementation of this task. Okay, so that's all for this lecture. Let's meet into the next lecture. Till then, tata, goodbye, take care, and stay safe.